Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to the channel. If this is your first time, I want to say welcome. My name is Reggie Winston. I'm the creator of the Better Barber podcast. Here on this channel, man, we make barbers better together. If you're coming back from the previous videos, hey, congratulations, you're becoming a better barber. In this video, we're going to marry the blend. We're going to finish this fade. And right now, what we have to do is knock down the top of the haircut. As you see, we already took care of the sides. We already started the fade on the sides. And what we're going to do is fade down. And if you watched other videos, if you haven't watched other videos, go back and check those videos out on how to start a fade, part 1 and part 2. And this is how to finish the fade. And we're going to walk this thing down. We have a 1.5 guard closed against the grain. In the other videos, I talked about how this client has a situation with baldness in the middle of his crown. He has some light areas in his crown. So we're going to try to knock the hair down on top and around it to blend with the crown. And I'm just starting off with this 1.5, knocking this stuff down. And I'm going to keep doing some passes on it. Cutting against the grain. When you're cutting against the grain, make sure you're paying attention to the growth pattern and cut against the way it lay and naturally falls. That will give you a more even and consistent haircut. And right now you can tell that he don't really care about waves. He just care about keeping a clean haircut. So we're going to make sure that we cut everything against the grain and it's going to be clean. So I'm going to take that 1.5 off. I knocked down much as I could. I'm going to grab this 1 guard and I'm going to open up the 1. I do everything closed except the 1 and no guard. The 1 and the no guard, I do open and close. So I'm going to do this 1 open. It's going to marry it into that 1.5 close. It's really close to that 1.5 close. I'm not going to take this 1 guard on the top of his head. I'm going to go around the perimeter of his parietal ridge. And I'm also continue to cut against the grain. And like I did in other videos, it should be 2 passes. So you're not cutting the same area so many times and wasting your time. I like to start at the hairline and work my way around the head and complete 1 pass at the other side of the hairline. And I usually like to walk it back so I can do 2 passes. Passes is left to right. Travel is down from down to up. You always cut through your initial line. As you see, that line that you see is a the line you see is a no guard open. So I'm doing this 1 guard open through the line, marrying it with the 1.5 close on top. As you see, that crown is light, but as I'm using this 1 open, it's lightening everything around it, so it's blending in with the haircut. I'm gonna go up a little bit on the ridge with this 1.5. Coming off of it a little bit, not applying the same amount of pressure. But if I do see some dark areas left behind by the 1.5, I will put some pressure. Now I'm gonna taper the hairline down. A lot of people don't do this, but I love to do this. It helps the hairline be crispier and last longer. I taper it down. I'm using that 1 open, and I'm gonna go just for the dark areas at the hairline. If you have a customer that has the McDonald's hairline going on or it's light in the corners, this is a good way to lighten down or lighten up the hairline in the middle of his forehead. So just coming to make sure everything is and clean. I just closed it down and I'm going to reduce the travel. Travel means from down to up, or from the start of the demarcation line and beyond it. I'm gonna treat the hairline like a line of demarcation, and I'm going to reduce the travel and not go as far back with this 1 closed, and I'm gonna lighten it up. You don't have to do this on everyone, but I typically do it on everyone, especially with a brush cut or a fade like this, just to help the hairline last longer. I'm gonna go around his head again. Now I have the clipper closed with that 1 guard on it. I'm gonna complete a pass with that 1 guard closed. And as you notice, when I started with the one guard open, I started on this side of the head, and I also started with the one guard closed on this side of the head. Working my way through the line of demarcation, which was a no guard open, but I've reduced my travel. I'm not going as high as I did. I'm not applying the same amount of pressure and going as high as I did with the one guard open. And I'm going to continue to swivel the chair around. You see that chair moving? I'm doing that old school advanced barber stuff there, dog. I'm using my knee to move the chair around. You don't want to have to stop and use your hands every time you need to move the chair. Be efficient with your time. Make every stroke count. 2 passes. But like in this video, I'm doing 1 pass. I'm just doing a thorough 1 pass. This is clipper closed with the one guard on it. I'm trying to go through that line of demarcation at the bottom, which is a no guard open. Getting all that loose stuff and the gunk off and the dirty hair and all the stuff on the clippers. I'm just trying to get that stuff off, and I'm combing it just to make sure I get all that stuff out of the way as well. You don't want to comb too much. You just want to create a rhythm. Wonderful. Now I'm going to switch it over to this half guard, and I'm going to do half guard close. I'm going to reduce my travel again. I'm going to start below the line of demarcation, which is a no guard open. And it's going to marry this thing. This guard right here is going to marry the no guard open to the one guard close. And like I said in previous video, I like to work all the way around the head, but because of video purpose, I'm just trying to make sure I work in sections so you see exactly how I do this haircut. But as we continue to spin, man, you see what I've already cut with this half guard close, and it's really blending in that fade, man. It's making that fade real nice and flawless. And this is a long blend. I call it a stretch blend. I do it because my client was thinning in the crown area, and I want to create the illusion that his hair on top is darker than the hair on the side of his head. I want to create the illusion that his hair is full and dark on top. So as I continue to knock this line out, as you see with this half guard close, I did reduce my travel from what I did with the one guard open and close. And this is, like I said, is a half guard close. I keep my finger on that guard too, because that guard likes to come off. If you use a wall half guard before, the plastic ones, you know they come off. And you always work your way through the hairline. I can't preach that enough. I see some haircuts where the hairline looks bulky and too dark. I like to work and make sure my blend is blended all the way through the hairline. If it's a style choice, it's not wrong, but for what I like to see, I know that's how I like it done. All right, y'all. So we got that thing already in there, man. That half guard is off the clipper now, and I'm gonna go back to what I put that line in, the initial line in with, which is no guard open, and I'm gonna just create some W's with the corner, the right side of my blade. I create W's because all we do is win. A fade is nothing but scattered lines, and these W's, if you imagine drawing a W with your pencil, that's what we're doing with the clipper. It helps create a smoother transition and a smoother blend. And that's all I'm doing right now is creating W's because all we do is win. I want you to always remember that. What you put the line in with is the same thing. You can take the line out. And as you see, this blend is coming in there really nice. You can still see some lightness in his crown, but it doesn't look as noticeable as it did when he first sat down in the chair, correct? Like I said, man, if you also have any questions, please leave those questions in the comments below. I will always try to be there and answer your questions. I didn't make this video for y'all to go in on my man head and his hair or whatever, but I can't stop you from trolling. But for the serious barbers that want to get better, or for those people that want to get better at fading, this is a video made and designed just for you to learn my system My system is not the right system. It's not the only system. This is the way I like to do it. And this is the way I like to teach my barbers how to do it. This has been a proven system to give me more consistency in my haircuts. And when you get better consistency, you get more efficient as well. I went ahead and seen some spots I wanted to touch with that one. That's a one closed. And I'm just going to tighten up this fade. And before the next video, I will be shampooing his hair. I'm not going to do the video on the shampoo. I will do a video later on shampooing and conditioning, but I will shampoo his hair at this point. We're going to take him to the shampoo bowl. Once again, this is Reggie Winston, the Better Barber podcast creator. This YouTube channel is the Better Barber. We just here trying to make barbers better. We make barbers better. We get better as a community and as a world, man. So shout out to all the barbers out there doing that work. Shout out to the barbers learning. Shout out to everyone who's just improving their craft. Like, subscribe, and make sure you drop that comment and hit that bell notification too, dog. Peace out.